They think this is just all too complicated. Upgrade this, upgrade that. Maybe the best solution for a great gaming computer is just go buy one. Well, here to give us some advice on the ultimate gaming PC are Will Smith and Gordon Ung. They just wrote an article, in fact, for their magazine Maximum PC about the great gaming computers that you can put together out there. Let me ask you, first of all, Will, we've got two machines over here. That is a Falcon Northwest. Yes. This is an Alienware. Just explain what's the big deal about going to a company like Falcon that specializes in putting together gaming computers?
Well, Falcon is a bunch of gamers that basically they play games and build computers.
Okay.
So when you call and say, hey, I play Microsoft Flight Simulator or I play Quake 3, then they know exactly how to tailor a system to fit your gaming needs.
All right, so you've already got your games. You know, this is what I want to play. Make me a computer, put together some hardware that'll give me the best possible game experience?
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Now, what is it about it, though? I mean, one thing we can see is a lot of fans blowing in this thing. In fact, we can hear them. That's so if you want to mess around with the clock speed of your processors?
You can overclock your video card,
right.
You know, a couple of notches to get it, that extra 5 frames a second, or your processor, whichever you see fit. They add more than sufficient cooling for everything. That's
and what particular graphics card do we have in this one?
This is the Hercules Prophet 3, which is a GeForce 3-based video card with programmable pixel and vertex shaders and all that cool stuff.
Now, there's a strange green monster over here from Alienware. Is this just like cool style, Gordon, if you want this to be?
Well, I think for the Alienware, and also for the Falcon, gamers are hardcore PC people. They want people to know that they have pride in their ride. They don't want a Ford Taurus beige box. They want, you know, a Dodge Viper.
It's got to stand out.
It's got to stand out. You bring that to a party, a LAN party, which a lot of game people do, and people are going to give you some looks.
Yeah, and we don't have the monitor here, but the monitor's green, the keyboard's green, the mouse is green, the speaker's green. It's a different look. All right, let's go to the performance of this thing over here, if we could, Will. We have a couple demonstrations up here. First of all, the game called Black and White. I want you to run the game off the Falcon and show us what is it about the game that demands a lot from the hardware.
Well, if you look at this game, it's a God-type simulator game. You can see everything, manage everything from the island level, you know, this huge 500-acre island, all the way down to the individual people in the villages on the island. So we'll zoom in and take a look at the villagers here. And here's the nursery area of the village with all of our people in it. Each of these people is, I think, 800 polygons, somewhere around there.
And a lot of them running around. There's a lot of different things going on at once. It's all relatively smooth. The detail's pretty good. So, I mean, again, if you're the hardcore gamer, you want the realism, you want the frame rate, you want just everything to be absolutely maxed out. All right, now you have another example, which is even better than that one. It's sort of a benchmark test of a sort of scene that is just really incredible in terms of what you can get out of an optimized game machine. And pull that one up.
Exactly. This is from 3D Mark 2001. It's the nature demo. And it's basically, it's a DirectX 8 game. It requires a DirectX 8 compatible accelerator like the GeForce 3. And it's what we can expect to see from games in the next year or two.
I mean, this looks like you're looking at a movie. I mean, an HD TV movie in a way, right? I mean,
certainly. It uses all the pixel and vertex shader effects that the GeForce 3 offers to do lighting on the water, as well as some interesting effects with the trees.
You know, let me ask you about the trees. If we can see another scene, I mean, we see the leaves waving and all the branches going in different directions. I mean, it looks so realistic. What's it take to do that?
Well, the cool thing about the trees is that the leaves are two-sided polygons, which means that each side of one polygon is textured with a different texture, as opposed to the old way of doing it, which is put one texture on a polygon and slap another polygon on the other side to texture it. And that lets the light shine through the trees and the leaves on the trees and look realistic.
Yeah, so you get, I mean, the real lifelike experience. You put together the graphics, you put together the sound, you got a real game going. Yeah. Now, does it cost me more to do something like buying a Falcon or an Alienware?
I think this Falcon is right around $3,500, which is a little bit more than a comparable
What
Dell.
kind of processor?
This is an Athlon 1.3 gigahertz processor. But you get a lot more service with the $3,000.
So if you call up in the middle of the night and you're having trouble with your game, these guys are going to say, whoops, we don't deal with games.
No.
They'll know what you're talking about.
They'll know exactly what you're talking about. They'll say, oh, well, to get Quake 3 to run, then
gotcha.